Hello and welcome back to 100 Essential Movies that you gotta watch. This week we are going over 1941's The Maltese Falcon. This is another one of those classics that has been referenced in so many things over the last 80 years. I know for me, most memorably, it's the Animaniacs, where there is a great line of a lady trying to get the Maltese Falcon back from the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister Dot. And she says, "Give me the bird." And I think it's Yakko goes, "I can't, lady, this is a kid's show." It's such a stupid joke, but I absolutely love it. But enough about cartoon references. Let me tell you about this film. 1941 American film noir, based off the 1930 novel of the same name. This is The Maltese Falcon. Starring Humphrey Bogart as Sam Spade, a private detective who gets caught up in the search for a jewel-encrusted statue of a falcon. Or so we think. During the movie, we find out that the jewel-encrusted, beautiful statue of the falcon has been covered in black enamel and does not look like something that would be worth a couple of $1 million, but underneath that hard shell is a treasure to behold. Spade is a private detective with his partner Archer when they meet the eye candy and the love interest of this film, Ruth Wonderly. The wonderful Ruth Wonderly. Or at least that's one of the names she goes by, as we find out throughout this film. Between Ruth and Casper Gutman and Joel Cairo, everybody is trying to get their hands on this statue. And this film is a roller coaster from beginning to end. It is a murder mystery of a whodunit, and you're following so many different stories. You would think that following the main character, Sam Spade, would at least give you one steady direction. But Sam can weave the most wonderful stories at the drop of a dime. So every time there is a hiccup in a plan, Sam manages to throw the smoothest explanation of why what's going on is going on, which just adds to the excitement of the film. As the audience watching it, we don't actually know what's going on until the very end, when it is spelled out in true cinematic villain methodology, where the kingpin of this entire adventure explains to Sam who did what, when, and where. As for the movie and the story, I was absolutely there for it. One thing that I did notice, and I'm curious at what point it started to change, is the love interest relationships of older movies where the leading man and the leading lady go from not knowing each other or despising each other to being head over heels in love with almost no character development in it, other than the fact that they are the leading characters in the movie. This is another example of that, where Ruth and Sam go from having never met before to within like 24 hours being in love with each other. And I feel like those forced, abrupt relationships in movies takes me out of the film a little bit. I could be wrong, but it's something that I noticed while watching this. What do you guys think? Do you prefer a well-paved road to love? Or is that love at first sight, head over heels, let's get married within 24 hours kind of romance? Does that do it for you? Is that your thing? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know if this is a movie you've already seen. I don't want to spoil the ending or break down scene by scene, because I think this roller coaster is much more enjoyable when you don't know when the twists and turns are coming. So with that being said, we get to go to my favorite part of all of these films, and that is the scratching. And now the scratching of the Maltese Falcon. Oh, I wonder if it's jewel encrusted, like it should be. No, I think it's just the statue here. The Maltese Falcon from 1941. And that is the beautiful Maltese Falcon from 1941 that I now can officially scratch off of my list. Check back next week. We are going to go over Casablanca, which again is another one of those classics I've been wanting to watch for a long time, and this is kind of putting the fire under my butt to do it. I want to thank everybody for taking a few minutes out of your day to listen to me rant about old movies. Hopefully I will catch you next Tuesday when we go over Casablanca. Big shout out and big thank you very much to my Patreon followers whose names are going to pop up in just a second. I love you all. You're super awesome. And until next week, later days.